Hi, my name is Dan Gutierrez. I'm the principal of Garfield STEM Magnet School. We are a middle school located in Albuquerque, New Mexico, part of Albuquerque Public Schools. Our team is here to tell you about our transformation from a small middle school in an urban neighborhood with declining enrollment into a dynamic STEM themed magnet school, part of the only K 12 STEM pathway with our partners, Mission Avenue Elementary School and Valley High School. We serve both our neighborhood students and a variety of transfer students from all around the city. Our presentation is entitled Making Things Work, which represents our rallying cry from our core mindset, which is called Making Things Work and Making Things Work Better. This mantra guides our students and staff every day as they strive to improve, collaborate, and learn with a joyful curiosity. These are just a couple of our engineering habits of mind. But let's hear from our Gray Wolf students first, because all of the work at Garfield that we do as a magnet school is predicated on one important thing: relationships.
If they come here, I think that they'll have a lot of support from the teachers, and also if they can make friends here, which I honestly think is very easy, because a lot of the kids here are very nice and get along with other people very well. But also, if you come here, I would honestly say that the teachers will help you in any way that they can.
I want people to know that in my opinion, it's a very safe school, and it doesn't matter who you are, what you identify as, what gender you are equal in this school, and you can be whoever you want to be. No, it doesn't matter who you are. You can shoot for the stars in your dreams.
So our team who will be presenting today have been a part of our aided e-journey this entire school year, and they represent a cross-section of school leaders, including Josh LeClaire, our assistant principal, Aaron Chavez, our restorative practices coordinator, Melanie Lucero, teacher and department chair, Rebecca Carter Kiesling, teacher, Joseph Varela, teacher and department chair, Pam Campos, community school coordinator, Abel Abeda, STEM implementation coach, and Sonia Troncoso, educational assistant and parent. Our A to E journey began at the beginning of the year with Billy Rayford and continued with Heidi Targi. We'll begin by discussing our current status with assistant principal Josh LeClaire.
The magnet theme is integrated across the curriculum. Through Pillar Pals and weekly collaboratives, there has been an intentional focus on defining the theme and developing common language across the curriculum. Professional development focuses on theme-aligned instruction and research-based design through several aspects, including Project Lead the Way, project-based learning, learning and engineering habits of mind, peer observations, use of Kagan structures to promote student-centered learning, developing thoughtful global citizens through restorative practices, as well as curriculum mapping with a specific focus on unit and project planning. The Garfield staff has also been involved in the NIMSL and MSA training and coaching and have directly participated in self-evaluation that's tied to our WestEd rubric, as well as their biannual monitoring. Though we believe our content-wide approach to STEM education provides students with an equitable learning experience, there are structures in place to specifically target the needs of a diverse student population, including special education, English language learners, and Native American students. There is strong evidence of shared leadership within the school. The leadership team includes the principal, assistant principal, implementation coach, and the instructional council. Pillar Pals and staff cadres have been formed to address the MSA pillars and standards of excellence, are actively involved in the decision-making processes regarding school direction, and are required to report to the staff periodically concerning their work so as to gain consensus. The implementation coach plays a major role in providing professional development and instructional support to teachers. A professional development plan supports theme development and research-based instructional practices, including habits of mind, project-based learning, the design process, and the NASA-based program. Staff at Garfield STEM indicated a need to refine systems and metrics that targeted recruitment efforts, such as digital recruitment tools, student showcases, and enhanced feeder school recruitment. We continue to incorporate recommendations of West Ed to refine a formal and written data plan that includes the effectiveness of outreach and recruitment, including when, how, and by whom data will be collected and monitored. Currently, we are developing and implementing processes to continue curriculum mapping through unit and project planning, expand the use of project-based cross-curricular activities to promote more diverse student collaboration, and facilitate a peer observation and feedback system using an in-house Habits of Mind mosaic tool. These actions, in our opinion, specifically help our organization fulfill the recommendations provided by West Ed at our most recent review to, and I quote, implement a written plan to gather data on the progress, extent, and quality of theme-infused standards-aligned cross-curricular units, as well as detail how instructional practices will be observed and monitored. Finally, we will soon begin to determine how teachers can receive feedback about students' experience as it relates to the design process, habits of mind, and project-based learning to help us improve our recruitment systems for more targeted outreach across the district.
A few years ago, when we started on the process of becoming Garfield STEM School, we were introduced to a core mindset graphic that helped us establish, what we wanted to become. Over the years, we went through a few iterations of how to make that core mindset into something that it is today. And through our process of working along with A to E, we came up with the strength that we have at Garfield, that our strength is that we make things work and we make things work better. That is at the center of our core mindset. And from that center of our core mindset, we can go off and do our habits of mind work and help our students to develop in their strengths through these habits of mind, as well as working with a design process. And this all is part of what we call engineering the future. Engineering the future then will allow us to become that magnet school that we're trying to become. Our strength does align with Standard 5 of the MSA Pillars of High Quality Instructional Systems.
Okay, so I'm Melanie Lucero. I'll be presenting the challenges that we faced. Our school is a North Valley legacy where generations of families have come to our school over the years. It was opened in 1951, and as a neighborhood school, attendance was starting to slow down. Our STEM focus will bring families together from all over our city. In 2015, Garfield became Garfield STEM with a focus on PBL, Project Lead the Way, and collaborative engagement practices. Garfield STEM was included in the Engineering the Future grant in 2017. Initiative focuses included National Magnet School Certification, design process, engineering and learning habits of mind, and much more. In the late 2000s or early 2010s, Garfield's enrollment continued to decline to 200 to 300 students. Garfield at one point had 600 students, which we'd seen a steady decline of enrollees. There was a need to reimagine the school to create a more vibrant and viable long-term future for the school. The district's Office of Innovation looked at several different low enrollment middle schools. Garfield and Hayes, for example, were ones to look at to become STEM schools. Work was being done at both schools, focusing on project-based learning, training for all teachers. There was also a focus on Project Lead the Way training for teachers to offer that as an option in science class. Then the school was offered, our school, Garfield, was offered a part of the ETF grant to create a STEM pathway in the North Valley.
Garfield is the jewel of the valley. Prior to 2015, Garfield was experiencing low enrollment, low test scores, and a high teacher turnover. We sought to embrace change and channel our weaknesses into the driving forces behind what are now our strengths. In response to dwindling capacity, district provided support and resources helped Garfield transition to a more sustainable school. We were perceived by some to be a rough school, leading many families to go elsewhere. However, for some families, Garfield was home. It was a place where they went to school, as did their parents and their grandparents, confirming our connection to the community. Low test scores in reading and math identified the need to focus on student achievement. In part, we addressed those by the inclusion of the STEM curriculum. In reflecting on our strengths, Garfield hosts and boasts robotic competitions at the local and state level, STEM night, open houses, showcases, concerts paired with athletic events. And we serve refreshments at events that always draw us crowd. The use of the design process, engineering and learning habits in mind, project-based learning, and project lead the way for all students. The revision of our mission statement and our vision is supported by administration, instructional council, staff, and parents. Now, making things work and making things work better isn't just our rally cry. The meaning goes far beyond our core mindset. It describes our evolution.
Because of several different factors, like a well-earned school's reputation, teacher retention was a serious factor for 3 or 4 years, and this made it difficult to gain traction and stability for the STEM transformation to take hold across the school. Teacher turnover due to numerous factors, including change in administration, change to a STEM school, moving to block schedule, and then moving away from block schedule. And student behavior resulted in hiring between 4 to 11 new teachers every school year in a school with approximately 33 teachers on staff.
Lessons learned. Transitions take their toll. Loss of staff, new admin, changing to block schedule and back, student behavior, these are all issues that have impacted our success. Training for staff and professional development for teachers ensure buy-in. Project Lead the Way, project-based learning, restorative practices, these are all opportunities for growth. Our instructional council is a high-functioning decision-making body that values collaboration and equity of voice. These are characteristics of a great magnet school. Alignment of the community school work and pillars to the magnet school work and pillars ensures that students and families have the best opportunities for success. And crucial infrastructure investments for equipment will benefit the school for years to come.
We have seen several positive impacts as a result of our actions at Garfield. The first positive impact is that we've seen an increased enrollment over the last 4 years. In fact, we've exceeded our goal by over 100% according to our latest West Ed evaluation. This means that we are keeping more of our neighborhood students as well as attracting new transfer students in. The reputation of our school has also begun to transform. Thanks to Project Lead the Way classes, as well as the habits of mind implemented across the curriculum, all of our staff, students, and families have the same goals in mind. Our teachers are asked to use the habits of mind in their everyday planning, and our students are asked to reflect often on how they implement the habits of mind in their school and daily lives. Additionally, we've also started the implementation of restorative practices, which has helped us to focus on equity in all of our school and discipline practices, as well as focusing on relationships as the foundation of everything that we do. Overall, staying true to the theme of making things work and making things work better has helped us to set a common focus for all staff, students, and family. We've seen great success, and we know that when other schools can find a common theme or goal and stick to it, they can see similar successes as we have.
Next steps and conclusion. Bold next steps for Garfield STEM. Transformative PBLs. The main point, making Garfield work, making Garfield students, teachers, administration, families, and community work better. Linchpin is the core mindset adoption. Key takeaway, Shared leadership. Transforming a community takes time and patience. Our new student, Gabriel Mora, our new art teacher, Tracy Taylor, and our new mosaic walkthrough form are all great examples of the transformations that have been happening at Garfield STEM. Adopting the core mindset has spread to all areas of the school, including a new revamp of the website to include the design process and the habits of mind. And we've started a new virtual tour of Garfield in hopes of reaching the community and students in another way as we are in the virtual school world.
But at Garfield, we make things work, and we make things work better.
KellyMill MedPro Middle School. STEAM, Medical, Magnet Theme. The KellyMill Way. KellyMill MedPro Middle School is the only middle school in the Richland II School District offering a school-wide STEAM magnet with a medical and health science focus. Encouraging and empowering teachers to assist students with incorporating a STEAM M perspective is the linchpin of education at KellyMill MedPro. The Magnets theme is integrated into the school-wide curriculum and offered to all students. We promote excellence in academics, exemplify innovation in merging technology with curriculum, and build community within the school. Our commitment to AVID provides equitable and student-centered learning experiences that initiate, ignite, and foster the desire to study STEAM M fields and pursue related careers. Our story of transforming into a school-wide STEAM M magnet will be shared by members of our leadership team: the principal, Dr. Richard Griffin, assistant principals, Mr. Grady Halterwanger, Miss Jamelia Kennelly, Mr. Jamie Westmoreland, and the Magnet lead teacher, Dr. Izetta Myers. Our cycle of innovation and continuous improvement includes the 5 phases: enact, envision, engage, ideate, and reflect.
The first portion of the Accelerate to Excellence process focuses on the A, accessing our current status through analyzing our strengths. Based on the results of our readiness assessment, our 3 areas of strength at KellyMill MedPro Middle are innovative curriculum and professional development, academic excellence, and leadership. In order to maintain consistency and sustainability, we have implemented strategies that foster our strengths. We developed a professional development rotation plan, which includes time for collaboration and site team meetings. We have a purposeful focus on diversity and fidelity school-wide. We continue working on implementing instructional fidelity. Our goal is 100%. New leadership and partnerships are both assets. Our marketing, recruitment, and selection plans are strengths.
Accelerate to excellence, bolstering strengths. Through intentional focus on exemplar practices, schools or programs will be guided to leverage their strengths to serve as models and/or lighthouse schools for research and evaluation of the identified pillar. Our focus will be on the following: academic excellence and innovative curriculum and professional development, focused professional learning, observation data analysis to help change strategies for professional development. The strength is that we are committed to AVID, that we focus on sustainability of AVID and STEAM, one path with 2 components, in the process of observation to data to planning to collaborate, all toward professional learning.
The challenge. The challenge for us at KellyMill MedPro Middle School includes consistent adoption of instructional fidelity of AVID and STEAM integration as a mindset, and also expanding the mindset change from pockets of teachers to reach 100% consistency of adoption. So what is happening is we do have some fidelity with AVID and STEAM integration, and with the mindset that this is who we are and this is what we do. But the level of implementation is not at the level that we would like for it to be at. So that's why we want the consistent adoption of the fidelity. And then also expanding the mindset. We have some teachers who do AVID and STEAM well, consistently well, and are leaders and are big proponents and advocates. But then we have some other teachers who are not as comfortable and confident. So we have what we call pockets of excellence, and we want to not have pockets of excellence, but have a full adoption and consistent excellence throughout the entire school and community. So as we continue to move toward full magnet integration, the challenge for us consists of a few things. The first thing, promote and foster positive relationships with whole school community. And we have, because we have some specialized programs, we're working on unifying and making sure that everyone understands that these are not competing forces, but all of these forces work well together. So we are a school-wide magnet as well as a school within a school. And so we're just trying to make sure that we foster and promote the positive relationships across all different parts of our school community. Also, staying focused on students learn best when. And we have thought about looking at our master schedule, because we noticed that some components of our master schedule are more teacher focused and work better for teachers than for students. So our guiding question is always, what's best for kids? And so as we make decisions, we want to constantly keep that in the forefront of what we do. AVID and STEAM, just to continue to foster what I would like to call a marriage or a partnership between AVID and STEAM. Again, these are not competing entities. These are entities that complement each other. So AVID gives us the instructional strategies and the framework, and STEAM makes the connection between the content and the standards. So also just making sure that we keep that in the forefront. So we're blessed to have a new principal who understands the importance of the STEAM MSAP goals and allows us to honor the past and continue the traditions that we have in place that have worked, but also encourages us to find new ways to be innovative and to continue to grow and strive to realize all the things we want to realize in terms of STEAM integration. And then bringing the district observation tool and data collection processes to the context of KellyMill. So we have a standard district observation tool, and then we have a supplemental tool that has AVID and STEAM. So just trying to make sure that as instructional leaders in the school, when we are doing our observations, we're making sure that we touch on the things that are on the supplemental observation form, so that we can make sure that we're encapsulating what is happening with AVID, what is happening with STEAM, and how these practices positively impact students. And of course, we're still growing in that process. We're gathering the data. We need to make sure that we continue to analyze the data as well.
So the thinking is that by using walkthrough observations and the department lead survey, we can move from having inconsistent focused professional development to consistently focused embedded professional learning. Data from the walkthroughs, observations, inclusive of the district tool and the KellyMill tool, and department leads input to identify the professional learning needs. using podcast PD as well as teacher collaboration and planning to bring focused improvements and changing mindsets to the forefront of instructional fidelity of AVID and STEAM-M.
Lessons learned. Changing mindset is not easy. However, when you leverage training, time, resources, and hold teachers accountable to produce work product from collaboration and planning, the results have a positive impact on teachers and their learning. The impact. Information from student perspective. AVID and STEAM initiatives are having a positive impact on their learning. Data reveals that the 7th grade ELA benchmark scores are the highest for the district in the second quarter. With high student engagement, restorative action, and SEL practices, the number of discipline referrals have decreased. Magnet schools could use a process to help staff with the growth mindset and working through uncomfortable change. The KellyMill way is AVID and STEAM, thus remaining committed to AVID for STEAM integration with a focused and consistent professional development program will foster a growth mindset to address change and have a positive impact on students.
Teaching at KellyMill is that we're focused on what's best for students. You're going to have a kid who is more engaged, who is going to want to engage more in after-school activities, who's going to be proud about what they're doing, who's going to take ownership of their learning because they're going to become a student in their own right.
We have the greatest teachers here to help us believe that we can do whatever we want here.